Good morning, everybody. Just signing on here, letting everyone kind of settle in. I know it's still a little early, at least for some of us it's early over here on the East Coast. But thank you for joining regardless. My name is Adam Fox. I am here representing Connected Community Health Support with our free virtual bodyweight exercise programming that we are now offering 4 days a week instead of 3 days a week. So Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday at 7:30 in the morning, and then we restream all of those posts or this workout at 12 o'clock in the afternoon as well as 5:30. So one little thing I just want to kind of some housekeeping things, so to speak. I know for all of you who are used to seeing Jacob and myself, Jacob at 12 o'clock and myself at 5:30, we are going to be doing some type of schedule change here in the near future, so we can accommodate more live streams during our times so that the people that started following us and kind of created who we are, so to speak, and as far as a community aspect, still get to see us and still get to interact with us at those 12 o'clock and 5:30 p.m. times, because we feel as if you guys are our community. Oh, hello, Pip. My cat, Pip, everyone. Give a round of applause for her. But we feel as if you guys have helped create who we are, and we don't want you guys to have to suffer and not be able to see us live. So one of the big things here is just making sure that we are able to get in front of you guys live as well, to make sure that we are still offering the same level of commitment to you guys and same level of dedication, so to speak, so you guys are still seeing us, because we do love you and we do this for you. So we want to make sure that you guys are reaping the full benefits and interacting with us, just like you guys have been for the entire 15 weeks. Speaking of 15 weeks, this is week 15 today. It is going by very, very quick. So I'm glad you guys are joining along. We're going to have a good workout for you today. And remember, the whole point of doing this is we're trying to eliminate those barriers to exercise. Say it's not liking to go to the gym or not having access to the gym or just not liking the stereotypes and stigmas that some gym facilities do have. So I just want to make sure you guys know that you don't have to be an expert in movement. You can be a beginner, and this can be one of the first types of exercise programs you guys have ever been accustomed to or been a part of. But we are here as your outlet for movement, and we want to make health and fitness more accessible for everyone, not just those who have money or those who have the ability to get to the gym, like I was speaking about. So if you guys have any questions about that, please reach out to us on Instagram and or Facebook at Connected CHS. And as always, guys, I want to make sure you know this is a progressive program. So 52 weeks. We just got done with the first quarter, and I know seems like a long time, but the more you guys do this, the more comfortable your body is with these movements, so to speak, the better you will be at those movements in the long run, and the easier they will get. So let's get started. Oh, as always, remember, make sure if you guys have any underlying health conditions that you talk to your doctors and physicians first to make sure that you're okay to do this program. It's nothing too intense or too crazy, but we just want to make sure that you guys are safe and healthy before starting this program, as always. So this is a 45-minute program. Remember, sorry, I just had to make sure I have my board completely filled out here. My apologies. Remember, this is a 45-minute workout. 30-minute workout today. 3 sets of 8 exercises. We're gonna have a little bit of overlap today. You're gonna see some exercises you've seen before, some you haven't. So let's get started. Enough of me yapping. Let me just get this set up real quick. My apologies, guys. Just got to make sure my handy-dandy hit timer is ready to go. And, of course, there's going to be an ad. So my apologies, guys. So I'm going to have you guys start the warm-up. First thing we're going to do, as my phone kind of takes a second to catch up with us here, we're going to start with those hip openers. So those open and close gates, as we usually do. In just 1 second, guys. My apologies. I thought this was already set up. And today we are doing 30 seconds of just to all on the same together today. 30 seconds of work, 30 seconds of rest. We do have, as always, all right, perfect. Now that I'm done talking, I've been talking for way too long. Let's get and you can perfect. So first thing we're going to be doing today, like I said, so it's hip openers. So all we're going to do is bring the leg over, bring it back, bring the leg over, bring it back, just like so. Keep bringing the leg over and bring it back. The whole point of this is trying to open up that hip capsule. Really get some good range of motion in this morning. Wake up the hips, wake up the body, wake up the mind, wake everything up on this beautiful, almost said Monday, Tuesday morning. Thank gosh it is not Monday, because that means we'd be starting from the beginning of the week all over again, and no one likes to have 2 Mondays, that's for sure. All right, so just keep on bringing the hip over, opening it up, just like so. All right, next one. Good morning. What's happening, brother? How you doing this morning? Hope you're having a great morning. I'm about to make it a little bit better with all these beautiful exercises we got for you. So next one, let's open up the T-spine. Bring the hands behind the back like so. The hand, I should say. Keep one hand in front, other hand behind you. And we're just going to rotate, open it up just like so. Keep the eyes on that hand the entire time. Make sure you're getting good extension from that arm. You know, all the way back. Good morning, happy face candle. I can see you in there, but my eyes are not good enough to see what you're saying. So give me 1 second. I'm going to come over and see what quote you got for us or what joke you got for us today, because I always look forward to that. All right, so bring it back. Keep on bringing it back, guys. Couple more here. All right, good. There we go. Why doesn't Waldo from Where's Waldo? That's a good one. That's a good one. I like that. I might actually use that today when I go train some people on my own personal stuff. But good morning, Snug, as well. I got my whole family here. Good morning, guys. How you doing this morning? All right. Next one. Now we got that out of the way. Gonna get some arm circles in. I'm doing it in a little bit of reverse order today. It's kind of want to switch it up for you guys. So just do some nice, good old-fashioned arm circles. These are not as controlled as the arm circles of last week's program were. So remember last week we got the nice, slow and controlled. But now you can do these at whatever pace you want. Just trying to bring some blood flow to that area. So them shoulders, if you want, you can shake them out a little bit like this. I personally like shaking them out. Not everyone does. So whichever one feels better for you. Remember, this is a buffet for movement. We give you the option. You guys pick. All right. Next one we got on the neck circle. So nice and slow, rotating through the entire neck. If you want, you can also do little tiny movements like this, as long as you're not yanking your head around. Just trying to get some new sensations into the neck. Especially after sleeping all night, you're probably in some really weird positions. At least I know I am. I wake up, my neck's half cocked down or to the right and to the left, so it's easy to get some nice, really interesting tightnesses of pain. So we're just trying to loosen you up this morning. Now we're going to look left to right. So look to the left, look to the right, just like so, back and forth. Find something on each wall that you want to focus on, and just look at that thing over and over and over and over. Again, just like so. Perfect. Now we're going to go down and up and down and up and down and up. All right, you guys keep going. I'm going to instruct the first workout. So as always, reaching to the floor, hands on the hips, pressing to the knees, picking up the object, putting it back down. Starting 3, 2, 1, and begin. So, like I said, hands on the hips, pushing to the knees, align yourself real nice in the lower back, and pick up. We have about 20 more seconds. So keep powering through here, guys. And remember, as always, if this one's a little bit too easy for you, we can always go to the grounded version. So you're going to lay on your back like so. Push the feet into the ground. Bring the hips to neutral so that there's a straight line between your armpits and your knees. And you're just going to keep pressing. Stop it at 3, 2, 1, and cut it. Perfect. You guys, let me know if you'd like to. I have the ringer on for my alarm, for my interval trainer thing. So let me know if you guys like that. And if you don't, I'll mute it, or if you can even hear it, I should say. So just let me know if you guys like that or not. All right. Next move we're going on to is one from last week. So now we're doing the bent over pull down. So same thing like this in this bottom position. Pulling the arms down like so, starting in 3, 2, 1, and again. So arms down, pull like so, and just keep on pulling those arms down. Pretend like you're doing like a pull-up from this position. So instead of like pressing overhead, you're pulling down. Very minute difference, but we're just talking about the goal of the task. Trying to bring those arms down just like so. Almost like you're doing a lat day, so to speak. All right, stopping here in 3, 2, 1, and cut it. There we go, guys. Oh, I'm going to chat in there. Good morning. What's happening, Coach Walker, Coach Adam? That sounds so weird to call you Coach Walker. Coach Adam, how you doing this morning, buddy? All right, moving on to the lateral raises. So nice and easy, bringing the arms up to the side. If you want to grab some resistance, grab your dog, grab a bottle, grab your Xbox, whatever it is. We're starting right now. So bring those arms up, just like this. I say grab your dog if it has a harness on it. Don't just pick it up by the neck and start shaking it around. You might get bit, or might hurt your dog. So either one, we don't want to be calling ASPCA or nothing like that. So I say that as a metaphor. Just pick something up that has some resistance, that adds some more weight to gravity, and just start bringing it up as high as you can, or as high as is comfortable. Stopping here in 3, 2, 1, and cut it. There we go. Good job. All right. So the next one, we're going to do a marching variation. So last week we did the elbows to knees. This week we can do the side. Now there's a couple options. I'm going to give you guys a bunch of different options to do. So you can just do the regular marches, feet as high up as you can get them. You can do the one leg holds. You can do knees into the hands. You can do quick feet like this, or you can do a little bit higher march starting right now. So I'm going to do the marches like so to my hands. Let's just add a little bit of a pause in there because it's good to get some single leg stability when you're doing this, especially in the morning, getting you good for the rest of your day. So I want you guys to be able to trust yourself in that single leg position throughout the rest of your day, because it's about transferring over the training, what we do here, to your everyday life. Stop it in 3, 2, 1, and cut it. Because that's really, I know training, obviously we want to look good, feel good, look better when we're by ourselves, when we don't have any, look better when we see ourselves in the mirror, pretty much. So that is a main goal of this, but it's also to help you with your ADLs, so your activities of daily living. So being able to, fully squat to the ground and pick something up, or reach something in a higher place without feeling imbalanced or without falling. So starting with the squats here in 3, 2, 1, and begin. So watch out, Pip. A perfect example of what I'm talking about with the ADLs and transferring into your everyday life is sitting down and standing up. So all we're doing with the squat is sitting down, standing back up, sitting down and standing back up. Now this is one of the things we do a lot throughout the day, maybe if not the most, aside from picking something up off the ground. So I want you guys to be able to be comfortable through this range of motion and just be confident as well. Stop it in 3, 2, 1, and cut it. There we go, guys. Comfortable and confident makes a huge difference when it comes to movement competency. And if you're not confident in your movement, you are more likely to move less. So that's why we want to kind of build your confidence here in a nice group setting where you guys are comfortable, but also a little uncomfortable because you're not, necessarily used to the movements. We want to make you grow. That's how growth happens when you're uncomfortable. All right, starting with the floor press in 3, 2, 1, and begin. So a couple different ways we can do this. From the knees like so, coming down for a 1, 2, 3 count, and then pressing back up. 1, 2, 3, pressing back up. 1, 2, 3. It's important to make sure you get that 3 count, so you're gaining that strength in the bottom or in the lower position as well. You can do these from the wall. Same thing, 3 seconds applies. Just making sure you're pushing away from the wall. Stopping in 3, 2, 1, and cut it. There we go. So what I mean by that, lowering yourself, that's where you're going to gain a lot of the strength. It's called the eccentric, but you don't even know the word for it, just knowing that you want to kind of slow the lowering down. So about 3 seconds on that. You can do it from an incline position, like on a couch, at hands level about here. My couch will slide, I'll fall on my face, and I don't want you guys to see that. But all right, next one we're starting with bent over shoulder extensions. So starting right now. So we're gonna bring the arms up, or bring the, whichever way you want to call it up. Bring them up, bring them back, bring them up, and bring them back. Same thing, that bent over position. If this is a problematic position for you guys, then if you're getting some lower back tightness, you're getting fatigued, just do one arm at a time. Do 3 or 4 reps on each side, then switch arms. You do the same thing. Stop it in 3, 2, 1, and cut it. Those are a great shoulder dynamic, not just warm up, but exercise as well. Get some good solid range of motion in. Who else we got in here? Hey, that's awesome, man. I work out barefoot almost all the time, especially if I have the option to go outside and walk barefoot. I do it all the time. It's great for your proprioception. It's great for your senses, for your feet to kind of wake up. All right. And now we are starting with the punches. My apologies. So all we're going to do is some aerobic punches here for 30 seconds. Going to get a nice solid base like so, and just start throwing those punches. You don't got to throw them. You don't got to hurt yourself, but just keep the heart rate up, keep the arms moving, keep the blood pumping like so. Keep on punching, pretend to imitate your favorite boxer. Just as long as it's not one of the Paul brothers. Just kidding. They're doing some good things for the sport. Stop it in 2, 1, and cut it. There we go. Good job, guys. All right, moving back to the top with the floor touches with my handy dandy little pillow here that I will be demonstrating with. But yeah, I work out barefoot all the time, man. It's kind of crazy if you see the. I'm gonna go on a rant here, so give me a second. All right, first start with the floor touches here in 3, 2, 1, and begin. So just pick it up, put it back down. But if you look at like indigenous tribes that that have not been really contacted by the outside world, that are living in like the Amazon or some that are living in Africa, you look at their feet, and their feet are basically hands because they're splayed out so far that their toes can almost grip the ground like fingers. And it makes me think, isn't that how we should be? All right, stop it in 3, 2, 1, and cut it. It makes me think, I feel as if we should be able to do the same thing, and the way that we've compressed our feet into shoes over the past however many thousands or hundreds of years. I'm not a shoeologist, so I don't know how long we've had shoes for, but how much we've compacted our feet to be more of a triangle instead of being splayed out like our hands. It kind of makes me think, well, maybe we should be barefoot more often. I know it wouldn't necessarily work all the time, but I think barefoot exercising is a key to having lower body health and longevity. All right, I'm talking too much. Overhead pull downs, and we are going. So remember, guys, all we're doing, getting into this nice bent over position, pulling down, just like so. I apologize for that little spiel, little rant. You got me going, man. I love barefoot. I love doing anything barefoot. So also, if you guys are trying to wake the feet up, go walk outside on some rocks and then do a workout. You'll get a much different workout. Stop in 3, 2, 1, and cut it. I know I sound crazy, but it's not that bad. Yeah, and that's exactly it, man. I mean, and that's awesome that you're able to work from home and not wear shoes, because I would do the same thing if I didn't have to go leave my house. I'd never wear shoes. And that's exactly it. I know a bunch of people that start wearing the toe spacers, that they have plantar fasciitis. Oh, all right, start with lateral raises, 2, 1, and begin. You're gonna get me talking, man. I like to talk. So what I was saying, I know people that have plantar fasciitis issues, that have alleviated those issues from doing toe. I don't want to call it toe mobility work, but wearing toe spacers and doing more forefoot loading and rear foot loading. So doing like the tripod as far as like your the base of your first toe and fifth, and like your heel. Stopping in 3, 2, 1, and cut. I know a lot of people that have just alleviated their overall foot pain or lower limb dysfunction from just getting more sensation and ability to move, so proprioception from their feet, which is kind of crazy because when you think about it, if you have these you have these type of ailments in your feet, and it's simply because of the way that we compact the shoe. As soon as you kind of allow your body to move the way it wants to, so you allow the joints to move the way they want to, it kind of fixes itself. Start with the marches in 2, 1, and begin. Like every time that I start to get some lower body pain or knee pain, the first place I try to go to is the ankle and the foot, because that is the first. I know it kind of sounds silly, but that is the first contact that your body has with the outside world when you're in most activities, or your hands, obviously. But it's interesting to see how the body reacts when you have full ability of those toes. Stopping in 3, 2, 1, and cover. Full ability of those toes and foot tissues, so to speak. But I'm sorry, I don't mean to rant about that. It's just stuff like that really, really interests me, because you have our population and generation, I should say. You can see the damage of footwear and opposed to the people like I was talking about, the indigenous tribes who have no footwear, and they've just adapted over time to their feet being almost like hands. So going back to the squats, starting here in 3, 2, 1, and begin. So remember, one of the things I was kind of cueing was sitting down and standing up are the same exact thing. So all you want to focus on is the external goal. You want to focus on sitting down in the chair and standing back up. You don't want to focus on any muscle activation. You don't want to focus on squeezing any muscles. Just focus on touching your butt to the chair and then coming back to a standing position. So touch the butt, come back up, stop in 3, 2, 1, and cut it. And the interesting thing is that even if I didn't have that chair, if I pulled the chair away, as long as I keep that reference point of touching my butt to the chair, it's going to be the same form, and it's going to be coordinating much, much better. Hey, I'm glad you love the rant, man. Stay around, stick around for our future sessions, and I'm sure you'll get a couple more rants, because I love the body, I love science, and I love everything about it. So just get me going one time, and you'll see. All right, floor presses in 2, 1, and begin. So from the knees, like so. Remember, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now these are too easy. We're gonna go with the feet fully extended. Now 1, 2, 3. But you can't press from here, so go to your knees and press up. 1, 2, 3. From the knees, press. Last one here. 2, 3. Knees, and done. There we go. Good job, guys. Keep powering through. I almost forgot. We are more than halfway done with the workout. So give yourself a pat on the back, because that is something to celebrate in itself, because I know it's early. Well, for me, it's early. And it's early right now, and sometimes getting up to work out at 7:30 may be hard. So good for you, and take that as a little victory for the day already. All right, bend over shoulder center. Start in 3, 2, 1, and begin. So from here, bring the shoulders up, just like so. Up like that, and back, and up, and back. Think, there's a couple different ways you can do this. If you want, you can rotate the palms to the sky, and then thumbs to the sky. So you're getting a rotation, some internal rotation there, and then some external. So palms, and then pinky thumbs, palms, and then thumbs. Stop in 3, 2, 1, and go. Ooh, that was right on the mark that time. All right. Excuse me. Didn't even drink any coffee in them. And I'm burping it back up. Only water this one. All right. Now, back to those punches. I want to instruct this a little bit better. So what we're doing with the punches, you can do it from a staggered stance, like you'd actually boxing from, or bilateral like this. Starting in 3, 2, 1, and begin. All we're doing is throwing the punches like so. Trying to, I want a sustainable yet consistent pace. So say that you go for the first 10 seconds, but then you can't keep your pace for the last 20. I'd rather you have a medium pace for the whole 30 seconds than burn out in the first 20 and then burn out in the first 10 and not give a good last 20. So stop in here in 3, 2, 1, and cut it. There we go. You see what I did? Cut it. But I want to make that clear for all the movements. Like, I know these are time-based, so it's up to you guys how many reps you do. but I want it to be a consistent, yes, sustainable pace to where you're still challenging yourself, but it's not too hard to fail and then have to. So I just want you guys to work for that full 30 seconds. All right, reaching to the floor. 2, 1, and begin. So remember, bend over position, pick it up, put it back down, pick it up, put it back down, just like so. Remember, if these are too easy, we go to the ground and do the bridges. Just make sure that your hips, shoulders, and knees are in a straight line at the top. You're pressing through those feet. With baby, stopping in 3, 2, 1, and cut it. Make sure your feet, baby. You probably don't want to see these ugly mugs, but that's okay. Not that bad anymore. Actually, admittingly, I can't believe I'm going to admit this live and to be recorded for the rest of my life, but I went and got a pedicure with my girlfriend like 2 weeks ago. My toes are still the nicest I've ever seen them. So show off the bare feet today, friends. All right, doing the overhead pull down, starting 3, 2, 1, and begin. We're pulling down like so. Just remember what I said, just pretend like you're doing a pull-up, or you're pulling the bar down to you, whichever one is easier for you to envision. Because imagery is huge. Imagery and self-talk, which is actually part of the theme for this week, is imagery and self-talk. But imagery is huge with training because it allows you to connect a reference point to a movement. Stopping in 3, 2, 1, and cut it. What I mean by that, by connecting a reference point to the movement, just like I do with the chair, I'm connecting a reference point of just being able to sit down and stand up to the goal of a task, which is squatting, so to speak. But it's just being able to create a reference point allows you to understand the movement a little bit better. It makes it a little bit easier for you to do. All right, start with those lateral, and then I'm going to check the chat because I see you guys are commenting in. Starting with 3, 2, 1, and begin. So just bring those arms up to the side like so. Yeah, I'm not the only one. Yeah, that's all right. That makes you feel a lot better. I'm not the only one. Hey, your wife made you go get a pedicure too. Yeah, me too, man. I got size 12. I got size 12 kicks, man. They're not little. The lady, when she was doing it, I heard her like grunt. All right, stop it in 3, 2, 1, and cut it. All right, next one we're moving on to is the marches. So I'm gonna talk for a second. But the lady that was doing mine was like grunting. Because I walk barefoot outside all the time, I got really big calluses on the base of my first fifth and then my heel. And I heard her grunt. She was gripping my foot and like going at it like it was a cheese grater, man. I felt bad for her, but at the end of the day, you know, I'm paying for a service, so I can't feel too bad. But it is funny. I did feel bad for that lady. All right, starting with those marches right about now. So remember, I want you guys to hold this for a second. Hold it for a second. Kind of press that knee into the hand. And try to stabilize at the top. So pressing in, pressing in, pressing in, pressing in, pressing in, pressing in, just like so. It's okay if you wobble a little bit. It's your body trying to find balance, and that's totally okay. It's actually what is kind of supposed to happen because you're not supposed to be off. Well, you're supposed to be off one foot, but only when you're walking. Start at 3, 2, 1, and cut it. What I mean by it's supposed to happen, your body's always looking for stability. It's okay if you can wobble a little bit as long as you're not falling over. Make sure you got a wall next to you just in case. Yes. I'm really happy I'm not the only one that, 1, gets the pedicure, but 2 is like almost feeling bad for the lady while she's doing it. Because it's like, I know my feet are not that clean, but that's why I'm here. So start with those floor presses in 3, 2, 1, and begin. So same thing with the feet. I was talking about having them spread out real far. Make sure those fingers are spread out real far on the ground as well to absorb all your weight. So you can then push it back up through the stream and get as much, I don't want to call it muscle activation, but get the best movement quality possible for this push-ups. Coming down 1, 2, 3, just like that. Now 1 more after this. 1, 2, and done. There we go. Good job, guys. Got 3 more. Tres más ejercicio. I don't know how to say exercise in Spanish. I'm not going to lie. I know it's like exercise. It's not exercise though. That's just that's definitely exercise. I don't know. I don't know how to speak Spanish. Let me know, because honestly, I know it's not pronounced the same way. All right, bend open 2, 1, and begin. From this bend position, palms to the sky, thumbs to the sky, palms and thumbs and palms and thumbs, just like that. Palms and thumbs, palms and thumbs, and we can make a little beat to it if we want. I'm not gonna embarrass myself that much today. I already did a little bit, but stop it in 3, 2, 1, and cut it. There we go. All right, guys, come on, computer. What are you doing here? Huh? What are you doing? Why you gotta pop up stuff in the middle of my screen all the time? All right, last one. Now, because it's the last one, I know I talk about sustainable, consistent basis, but I want to make this last one as much as you can give me. So, first 15 seconds, nice, slow, steady pace. Last 15, everything you got. Starting here in 3, 2, 1, and begin. So, nice, steady pace in the beginning. And for the last 10 seconds, we are going to power through here. Or last 15 seconds, we're going to power through as fast as we can go. Starting and ready and go. Come on. Give me everything you got, guys. It's the last one of the set. It's going to be worth it. 5 seconds. Come on. 3, 2, 1. And cut it. Woo! There we go, guys. Good job. Boss fight. Yes. Yes, exactly. All right, there we go, guys. And we did it just like that. It was easy. Well, wasn't that easy, but it was easy because we are here as a community, helping each other get through these movements, helping each other be a happier and healthier version of ourself. I missed something. Whoopsies. I missed the lateral raises. So right now, guys, start doing the lateral raises. My apologies. I think I missed those this set because I was talking, because my timer shouldn't still be going. But this last 15 seconds, I just want you guys to do some lateral raises because I think that's the one that I missed. So my apologies, but hey, everyone's human. Everyone makes mistakes, so it is okay. Stopping in 3, 2, 1. All right, now give yourself some pats in the back. Now we made it through, bearing my little mess up there, but victory is ours! Yeah! Good job, guys. Give me some high fives all around. Good job. Made it through. Now we're going to get the important part of the day out of the way, a.k.a. the cool down. Oh, that kind of rhymed. So first thing we're going to be doing here is giving ourselves some nice big hugs, some big pats on the backs. Just touching the bit. Now, my arms, our body structures are innately different. So this might not be comfortable to some people. So if you want to hold this, take some big deep breaths, go ahead. Or you can do what I'm doing, but remember, it's about what feels most comfortable for you guys. Another thing I like doing with this is the shake outs. I just like shaking the arm out like so. This is real good for blood flow as far as like recovery and rejuvenation of those broken muscles that we just beat up. So shake from the wrists, from the fingers, just like this. Shake from the elbows and the shoulders. And this is also same thing with like the feet. Now, obviously your shoulders aren't in contact with the ground all the time. We still want more sensory information. We want to be able to feel where that shoulder is in space at all times. So making sure that we're rotating and kind of just throwing the entire shoulder around controllably to get some good sensation and blood flow. All right. Now we're going to do some kickouts. So we're going to pretend like we're fourth dimension and we're over in England and it's always raining, even though it is raining here, ironically enough. We just stepped in a big puddle and now we're going to kick out the leg and try to dry it off. Same thing. I just want to get some like shaking, so to speak, in that lower limb. If you want, you guys can do some leg swings now as well, as long as you have, well, in my instance, a ceiling to hold or a wall to hold. I know some of the vertically challenged may not be able to do it, so that is okay because we also have walls next to us that we can use. And all you vertically challenged people, I love you too. It's okay. You guys have some advantages that I don't. Being able to fit into spaces and whatnot, and being able to get things that are on the lower shelf opposed to the higher shelf, so I don't have to break my back to get down. So, not always a bad thing to be short. Sorry. Vertically challenged. My apologies. All right, so keep shaking. And now we're going to do some ankle rolls. I think you guys can see my feet. So trying to just go from the first, so your big toe, roll it all the way around to your pinky, kind of like you're doing a big circle. So imagine this being my hand, my foot, doing a big circle, just like that. So big circle. If you hear some pops, might not be a bad thing unless there's some pain. And if there is some pain, then let me know and I will try to help you out. But I don't think there should be. Now we're going to go opposite way. Good. Now we're going to switch feet. Do the same exact thing. Good. Keep going. And then we're going to switch sides in a second. All right. Now we're going to switch sides. Just like so. Thank you, Siri. I understand that. She's always telling me that activity is completed. Thank you very much. All right, now we got all that stuff out of the way. We're going to do some good old-fashioned breathing. So what I mean by that is we're just going to do some in the nose, out of the mouth. It's very important just to kind of calm the body down. I always use the analogy or the imagery in a sense, not really imagery because you're not envisioning yourself to be a car, but the analogy of if you take a sports car, a high-performance sports car, and drive it for 30 minutes at 90 miles an hour, you're going to keep it on. And I'm sorry for those of you who heard this before. I think this is a really good way to explain this. But are you going to keep the car on when you go home and then take a you're going to keep the car on for the rest of the day and then hop in it again the next morning and drive 90 miles again for 30 minutes? Or are you going to let the car completely cool down and rejuvenate itself so you can then get in it the next morning and it's not still hot and worked up, so to speak, before you do that 90-mile-an-hour drive? So I'm equating the exercise to the 90-mile-an-hour, 30-minute drive. So what we're going to do is in the nose, out of the mouth. I've been giving tempos, as far as 2 to 4 seconds in, 4 to 8 seconds out, but it's more important for you guys to just breathe, exhale longer than you inhale. It's the only cue I want you guys to think about. So you guys keep breathing. I have a quote of the day. Thank you. Look at we got to hire you or something, Happy Face. You got to be our spokeswoman for Nova Scotia, because you know exactly what we're doing better than we do sometimes. That is spot on right there. Yep, we do Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, and we do all. So this session right now is going to be restreamed at 12 p.m. Eastern time and 5:30 p.m. Eastern time. We are going to try to figure out a way so that Seth can do some morning 7:30 ones, because that's when he kind of created a following for 7:30 in the morning, and Jacob can do the 12 in the afternoon, and myself can do the 5:30. We're going to try to figure something out, so we'll be keeping the same days, but we might and the same times, but some of them will be live and some will not, as far as like the 12 o'clock and 5:30. We're still figuring that out, so I don't want to spill the beans yet because I'm not 100% sure. You guys better still be breathing, because I'm not, because I'm talking too much. But yes, Happy Face hit the nail right on the head there. Oh my God, look at this. Yes, Happy Face. So thank you for reminding me. All of our exercises every single day, starting from day 1 all the way up to day 38 or 39 right now. I think we're on 42, so we got to update those a little bit. But they can all be found on YouTube or our Facebook page. So if you don't feel comfortable starting this program at week 15 on day 42, which is what we're at right now, you can go back and start from day 1. You can watch us you're like my spokeswoman right now. I love it, Happy Face. But as you can see, she says watch it on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. All of those sites, if you just look up Connected CHS, you will find us on there and you'll be able to watch us.
on pretty much any time of the day and any replay, because we have a lot of videos out there. We got a lot of hours of streaming under our belt by this point. So, speaking of hours, even though this doesn't really have that much to do with hours, the quote of the week this week. I'm just going to pull my chair up here. Alrighty. The quote of the week is the best investment you can make is in your own health. Now, I have used this quote before, but now we're using this as a whole, as the entire week's quote. So basically what that means, I know I don't need to explain this to you guys. You guys are very smart. But basically what that means to us is that, you can make a lot of investments with your money as far as stocks, cars, houses, other different commodities or luxury expenses. But if you don't spend your money on making if you don't invest your money into your health, then all those other things you invest your money into, you're going to use them, but there's an X date at the end where you're not going to be able to use those things anymore. You're not going to be able to enjoy them if you're not happy and healthy. So a big thing for us is just making sure that we focus on our diet. And this is one day at a time. Remember, everything is one day at a time, guys. A little progression adds up a lot. Just like our quote was last week, tiny progress leads to a big end games, big results. So making sure that you're prioritizing your own health first and making sure that you are investing in your health, whether that be doing these workouts, eating a healthier diet, going to sleep earlier, taking out some of those problematic things that may be in life, like drugs or alcohol or anything like that. So we just want to make sure that you guys understand that your health is the most important thing to invest in. And one of the best ways to do that, as far because this week is like the mental mindset week, is making a to-do list. This is something that I habitually do, and it helps me a lot. I'm a little ADHD, so I kind of forget what I'm doing a lot, and it's hard for me to stay focused. So what I do, and I know this works for other people as well, is making a to-do list every single day. And then when you're done with that thing on the to-do list, you cross it off. We are dopamine-driven animals, and what that means is we do things because it is pleasurable to us. So when we physically cross off one of those things that we did on the list, we get a dopamine rush. So there's a dopamine release, no, not rush, excuse me. And what that causes us to do is then associate that with a positive sensation, a positive feeling of that dopamine. So the more that you take that list and you cross it off, the more likely you are to do something else in the list, the more motivation you're going to have. That in conjunction with self-talk and talking to yourself will increase your confidence, because then you are completing something, you are completing a task, you are physically crossing something off, you're getting that physical release of dopamine, you're getting the confidence because you just finished something, so you have more confidence to then do another task on that list. So it's just a constant positive feedback loop. If you get yourself in that feedback loop, it's really easy to stay in that loop. But if you're in that negative feedback loop, it is also easy to stay in that. So make sure you guys are, if you're struggling with long-term goals, make short-term goals, daily goals, get those done, and then work towards the larger goal through completing those smaller goals. And like I said, I know I rant a lot, but I hope that this information is useful for you guys. I hope you're enjoying it, because I really love doing this, and I love kind of helping you guys, my internet family, so to speak. I love helping you guys, whether you're up north, down south, over to the east, across the pond, as they say. I want to help you guys become healthier and happier individuals. Go on to the week. Go get it. Yeah. Scratch everything that I just said. Quote of the week. Go get a pedicure. Get your feet done with your girl or by yourself, whichever one, whatever tickles your fancy, so to speak. But I love it, man. That's I'm glad that I told everyone that now, so it's a little burden off my back. I went and got a pedicure. It's done and over with. But like I said, I'm glad I'm not the only one. So, all right. Do you guys have any questions, comments, and concerns? I will stick around for another minute if you guys want to chat with me about anything. If you have any questions, health related or fitness related, any pointers you want, me to point you in the right direction of another program or other things to do, you can always reach out to us on social media. We love to do the back and forth with you guys, because that's what we've created ourselves on. We created ourselves on having a community and being able to interact with that community. So please, if you guys just even want to chat for a little bit, get to know us a little bit more, we are more than welcome to send you some DMs or whatever it may be, Facebook, Twitch, I don't know, whatever form of messaging. And there's a million now, so whatever you guys want, pretty much. But hey, anytime, man. What's your name? Pro 5002. Yeah. Hey, anytime, man. Like Happy Face said, we do this 4 days a week, and since you're working from home, I'm hoping to see you at least 2 or 3 of those days, because I know 4 days may be a lot, so I totally understand that. But at least getting 2 or 3 days in, like you said, getting some movement in your morning, then going on with your day. Hopefully, we can crack some jokes with you, make you laugh a little bit, so you go into your morning already a little happier and healthier because you're doing the workout. So I really appreciate everything that you guys are doing by coming in and like being a part of our community. So with that being said, I'm going to skedaddle. I got some work to do today as well. So as always, guys, stay happy, stay healthy. This is Adam Fox from Connected Community Health Support signing off.